Hey guys, how you doing? Just put together a video compilation here. Just a few games, almost consecutive, where in this opening game here, just contrast a good team with some very poor teams. The idea being here is I'm going to draw, as I always do in this game. It's just the way the game goes for me. The intention of the enemy team. The enemy team focuses on me in this match, and I try to back up everything I say with video evidence, right? If you watch my videos, even a portion of my videos, you'll see this, and the entire Kill Beer compilation of videos is full of these examples. And the point of this video here is to explain that in almost every single one of those compilation of videos, Kill Beer, and I have like 27 volumes of just clips of me getting focus fired and destroyed. Almost every single one of those games, not all, but almost, are losses. And so if you know what you hear about this game, what you may believe about this game, if it was true that you have a reasonably good chance of success if you do this, that, or the other thing, it's just not true. And I know the enemy here, just to break off for a sec. Maybe I'll continue back with that thought on what I heard about this game from the very beginning, from a guy who's a former employee, what I read actually, and in subsequent research I've learned what other guys have said about this game. So just breaking away to the gameplay here for a sec, I kind of mess up here. I know the guys are coming to me to come and kill me. Why? Because this is my gameplay experience. This is what happens to me. So I'm anticipating it here, and I kind of fuck up with this guy with the gun depression. I was pretty confident I was going to get him, but I hit a bit of a lip there, and the gun depression didn't work, and he gets off the kill shot on me. So he outplayed me there. Good for him. And the guys over there are gonna kill that other dude who was with me. At various points in this video, I'm skipping ahead for the sake of time, because it's still a long video. And but I'm just showing this was a good team. This team took advantage of me getting focused by the enemy. So I just cut here to the end where this guy finishes off the last lead on the enemy team. So this team here pursued the enemy, which were focused primarily on me on the complete other side of the map. And they ran them down and they destroyed them. Should happen all the time. It only stands to reason that if they're not shooting at you, you have a huge advantage. Okay, so that's the point of these videos. If they're shooting at me, that means they're not shooting at you. the whole compilation videos, you know, volumes 27 of Kill Beer is full of this kind of stuff. Only the team, in the majority, by far the majority of those videos, is not able to win the match. Which, if the game, getting back to what a guy who was a former employee said about this game, that I came across, an article that I came across when I first started playing. I was about a month into this game. All excited. I was so excited. Because I'd followed this game on PC and I was waiting for it to come out to console. It finally came out to PS4. And I realized it within about the first month of it being out. And I jumped on this game, been playing it ever since. But I came across in the forums back in those days, they used to have forums of former employee explaining that, you know, he said a lot of things. He talked about premium tanks, premium time, platooning, matchmaking, RNG. Included a lot of things in this article, and it was written by a former employee who worked on the PC side of the game in Europe. So it was translated into English, this article. And a guy posted it on the forums. And I came across it. I was all excited about the game. I read it through carefully. But I was so excited about the game, I didn't really play as close. Well, I did pay attention to what he said, of course. What he said did sink in, but it didn't sink in until about a month after I'd been playing the game. And I thought, you know, everything that this guy said about the game was true. So it took me about a month to figure that out. Partially because I was just so excited to be playing a tank war game on the console. And so look where these guys are, and there's no pursuit there of the enemy. It's 8-8 when I died. Okay. But there's no pursuit of the enemy. They killed the guy who was over there with me. And these guys are static. They're static. They're just sitting there. It's like you're sitting there waiting to be destroyed. And that's exactly what happens. There's no pursuit of the enemy. I skip ahead later to this guy there, that guy in the Mantis, who later on, he's just running around at the end doing his own thing. He's the only one left. He's trying to survive the end of the match, and he does, and that's it. And then from here, it'll jump on to the next game. So that article that I read was quickly taken down. So by the time I clued in, the article was gone, right? It was no longer available in the forums. It was being taken down almost right away by Wargaming. Right? So if it was like, people censor what they don't want you to see, of course. They don't want you to have the ability to read or hear something and then decide for yourself whether it's true or not. They want to censor that information right away because they don't trust you to be able to think and come up to your own conclusion, whether it's correct or not. Okay, and Wargaming is one of the original. I think it probably is the original censorship, and as far as gaming studios, gaming companies go. So Wargaming absolutely does. It's not really, I don't think, protecting your property, right? It's out and out censorship. The guy is saying something that you don't want people to know, and so it was taken down from the forums. This is just going on to the next game here, where I'm drawing fire once again. There's 3 of us on this side of the map, 3 of us left on this side of the map, and the guys on the other side just melt for some unknown reason, because the majority of the enemy fire, including the most important pieces in the game, which I believe are the artillery pieces, are focused on shooting over here. And this shouldn't happen when that much fire is directed to one side of the map or to one player. The other players on the team should. All things, if it was equal, if the game was fair and equal, this and that and the other thing, and you were being paired with, reasonably competent teammates, they should be able to take advantage of this, just like in that first game. But the point is that I'm not matched those reasonably competent players. As a matter of fact, the opposite is true, and that's what the whole Kill Leader compilation is about. Proving that I get focus fired as I state, with video evidence. And yet, how is it that almost every single one of those games that I show in that compilation, those compilations and videos, are losses? They should be victories. When this many of the enemy team is focused on destroying one guy, including almost every game I'm in, the most important pieces in the match, the most overpowered, which has always been artillery. I'm virtually taking them. If you're a teammate of mine, I could call this the beer challenge. If you're with me, the game should be easy for you. It should be a piece of cake. Because I am going to draw the enemy's ire and focus and attention and the artillery shells to me. So if you're on this other side of the map, even if you're right beside me, you should be able to take advantage of that, because they're gonna try and shoot me, not you. Right, so that's the... If the game was fair and equitable in the matchmaking and the RNG, the friendly team should be able to take advantage of that. But as this guy said in his article, and the more I researched it, other guys from Reddit and various other sources, some of whom were programmers, also stating that this game is not fair and equitable, and it's completely manipulated. Every aspect of this game is manipulated. One guy cannot control his destiny when there's 30 guys playing. To even assert this as the CCs do over and over and over again. I think you have to in order to be a CC. And that it's just completely illogical from just a mathematics standpoint. It's to state that you have any control over your destiny here by what you can do in a game when there's 30 other guys that you didn't select. Wargaming did. When there's RNG that applies to every single component in your tank and the crew. that can either be applied for you to your advantage or your disadvantage. So to assume that you're in charge of your own destiny here and you can control your win-loss ratio, this is insane. It's I don't know how guys can even come up with such a bizarre statement when you're just one of 30, right? You're just one of 30 players in a match, in a multiplayer match, or 30 combination now. If you follow World of Tanks console, it's bots, made up of bots and players, right? You get the good bots or the bad bots on your team. You get the good players or the bad players on your team. Well, if you get the bad players, of course you're going to have a losing win ratio. It doesn't matter what you do. So, I know I go over and over this again and again, but it bothers me, right? And it bothers me too that people are freaking they seem to fall for that utter nonsense. And I don't know why that surprises me. It's like, these CCs for this game are like the media in my country. I live in Canada, right? The bought and paid for state media. There's no such thing as journalism there anymore. Those days are gone. These are people who work for this companies, media companies, that say what the government tells them to say, that suppresses the information the government doesn't want you to know about, or want you to believe in, or want you to even hear and decide for yourself. That's what these guys remind me of. Right? Wargaming taking down that article. Why? Because they don't want you to decide for yourself whether what that guy said has any basis of truth or not in your experience. I'm just skipping ahead in time again to show you the inevitable conclusion. Where I was pinned there. I'm pinned in that. Where I was. Because the artillery guys were not going to let me escape from there. Nor was any of the other pieces, the guys who came after me. They weren't going to let me escape from that where I was there. Trying to protect myself up against those rocks. They weren't going to let me escape from there. But the reason I wasn't able to escape from there has nothing to do with me. If I had left there, I would have died even quicker. Right? Those artillery guys would have made short work of me. So the guys on the friendly team, you can't just cluster up and sit where you are. I'm always stuck on the team that makes that fatal error. You cannot cluster up and expect to win the match and stay static and not fire your weapons. Especially when you're facing little to no opposition. The opposition is firing somewhere else. You then need to take advantage of that. But that's a tactic that's completely lost on the guys that I get put with in this match. And I don't think the guys I get put with in this game or Ruler Warships. Wargaming does. So who determines your win? Wargaming determines your win rate. To say you have any control over your win rate is absolute nonsense. Statistically, it's nonsense. Mathematically, it's bizarre that could even come out of your mouth. If you multiply all the variables together to say that one guy can control the outcome of a match, you're insane. There's guys now, thankfully, in the last year, I guess, or maybe longer, but some famous guys on the CC side, but always on PC, right? Never in console. Never in console. These guys fucking stick to the script and console, just like the media people in my country. They stick to the fucking script, the lies. But you do get some guys with very big channels now who are saying these kinds of things. You're saying, hey, look, one guy cannot control the outcome of a match. They're finally admitting these kinds of things, right? I don't know if it has to do because the Wargaming's numbers are going down. They're going down on the PC side too, as well as console. But the game, the media, the console, CCs will come on every so months ago. He's saying, you know, the numbers are fine. Oh, fuck, man. You just have to play the game and know the numbers are not fine. And the numbers especially are not fine, and Wargaming has noticed it, and the CCs have noticed it, especially on the PC side. Look at where this, I put the arrow there just to show you with the clustering I was talking about. The cluster, where guys cluster up. See, there's no reason why our guys couldn't have won that game. I was getting focused, fired. We had the advantage when I died. But our guys were clustered up and not able to capitalize or take advantage. Let's just say take advantage of one guy being focused, fired. You're having at that point that he dies, you're having a reasonable number of tanks left in order to win the match, because they so have this in their mind that they need to cluster up. Whereas if the enemy team, when you do that, if they're smart, they can envelop you. They can surround you. They can get better position on you to shoot you. That should be simple, basic stuff. Simple, basic knowledge, but it's not to the teams I get put on. It baffles the teams I get put on. It's incredible. How dumb. How dumb can you be to not figure that out? And it doesn't just happen at lower tier matches. I show the same things on my channel at tier 10 matches over and over and over again. Guys cannot figure this out. You cluster together and hide. The enemy team maneuvers, flanks you, and has you in a kill zone, and they destroy you. It's impossible. Put on to figure that out. So the CCs, some of them on the PC side, are admitting this now. Thankfully, after all these years, they're starting to tell the truth. That you don't control your destiny here, it's nonsense. The Wargaming controls it. One guy out of 30 cannot, he can do what he can try his best. He can't control the outcome of a match. I've never seen one guy, I've seen two guys in my whole World of Tanks experience, 60,000 some odd games. I've seen it twice, where a guy who he had absolutely no business winning the match pull out such a performance that we won. One of which I have saved on on my channel, and the other happened so long ago I haven't seen it. I don't post it. But it should happen all the time. I mean, it happens so rarely, sir, that you cannot say that one guy wins. He's capable of winning a match, and even then, nobody goes 1 in 15, or nobody eliminates all 15 players and takes their hit points up against all the collective hit points on the enemy team and destroys them. It's impossible. He needs help. He needs some help. Nobody can do that. So to say that you can control your destiny is fucking statistical nonsense. Anyhow, guys, I hope this made a little bit of sense. And nobody else took 15 hits. That's just an example. I've got clips and screenshots of just by far taking the most hits on my team. And you mean nobody can take advantage of that on my team? Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
Oh, son of a gun. You thought I was going to say son of a bitch, didn't you?